Good evening. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. We are going to do a live unboxing of the 11th anniversary bundle, Star Trek Online. And we're just going to kind of pick through it, see what all comes in it, how to unlock it all, take a quick look at the ships. I'm not going to do any kind of real in-depth review of the ships. Some of those are just getting done by some others that are even better than I am, meta builds, things like that. I will answer any kind of questions or questions you might have on my thoughts on that kind of thing. But I just wanted to purchase the box, open it up, and take a look with you guys, and do a live impression on my overall thoughts on it. I've read through the notes that were released on their blog post, and some of it looks good, some of it looks meh, and some of the extras look pretty good. So once we go through all of it, I'll let you know what I think. Let's get into game here, and we'll purchase the box, go open it, and start going through the stuff. Let me get chat up here so I can see everybody. Ronnie, how you doing this evening? Good to see you. Let's jump over to Earth Space Dock. We'll open it up there. Soul System. I am doing doing good. Excellent. Glad to hear that. I am doing a giveaway via our Discord server. The link's down in the description. I'm giving away a tier 6 coupon. It is for PC only. I know a lot of my viewers on YouTube play on console, so I most likely in the near future will get an account going there. I don't know how much I'll play it, but it'll at least give me the ability to purchase things in game on those servers, to also be able to do prizes for the console players as well. I feel kind of bad, but at the moment that's all I have access to is the PC stuff. So but if you are so inclined and are on PC or feel like you are going to be on PC soon, feel free to enter that giveaway. What are your guys' thoughts so far on the bundle and what you've seen or read of it? Watched a few other streamers today playing a few of the ships. One in particular. Is the Vorcha. Looks like it's a good torpedo boat. Looks like it might be decent beam overload. Dual beam bank build, I'm kind of thinking. Alright, let's get this pack. Hopefully my wife is not watching right now. Sandman, how you doing this evening? Thank you for all your advice. My ship is doing tremendous now. Awesome. Excellent. Well, I'm glad I could be of help. And if you have additional questions, feel free to ask. I'm sure you do or will, because I know I still have questions that I ask others. So feel free. Can't ask too much. That is totally fine with me. Read the bundle, it's okay, but the Zen price is way too much. I can see that. Depending on how you play and what you already have, I can see that argument. And I'm not going to argue one way or the other. I mean, to be completely honest, if I wasn't, making content for YouTube, I don't know that I would purchase it myself, to be completely honest, at that dollar amount. It's not that I don't think it's worth it. I think it's more of $180 is a lot of money, regardless. So, I mean, that's my initial kind of thought. So, I mean, when I go through this, I'm going to kind of look at the value standpoint, which I do think the value is good just based off what I've read. But at the same time, even on sale, 180 something bucks is a lot of money. Doing good? Excellent. Yes, I am. I am doing well myself. Thank you for asking. Robert, welcome. First time watching my live stream. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate you're here. We're gonna pick up the legendary bundle and do basically just an unboxing of it tonight. Let's go ahead and do this before my wife comes in here. I did mention it to her, so she can't be too upset. All right. Over the past, I don't know, year or two, some of these bundles, the way that they all open up is kind of weird in some cases. So what'll happen is you'll get, you know, boxes of stuff, and then other things will be unlocks through the pages. So that's it's always kind of weird hunting the stuff down, but Brianna Yo Mama, is that my wife or my wife's mom? Busted. All right, so let's see what dropped in the inventory. Let's start there. Let's move. I need to pay attention to my camera. I noticed lately when I do my videos for upload on YouTube, I generally don't have my camera, and I was looking at my last live stream, and there was some things being covered by it, so I apologize for that. Robert, how you doing tonight? You figure watching the unboxing, 'cause you'll never be able to afford it. Yeah, it's a little pricey, but let's we'll go through it and we'll see if you're really missing out on anything, or if you know, there's parts of it that you could at least get some of, you know, the items, like obviously the upgrades, ship tokens, keys, things like that. You know, you can earn in game and get. So the question is really, are the ships themselves worth spending that money? Do you have to have it? My initial impression is no. I think they're nice. The models are nice. Some of the traits look okay to me. But are you fine without them? I think it's a yes right off the bat. We should probably just start with that. Okay, so let's see what dropped in here. This is elite quality R&D material reward packs. These must have came from that bundle because they weren't here before. You want Worf and the robes? Yes, I hear that. When I saw the new splash screen with the monk wearing the robes, that was like one thing we were all talking about. Man, we really want those, and then it ended up coming out in this bundle. So I am pretty pumped about that. All right, so we're just gonna open these up. These are just crafting. I think this is actually from some elite missions I was doing earlier. Let's get those out of the way. All right, so we have Lobby, and I'm just gonna open these up. These are pretty straightforward. If you do have Lobby, there is a 50% off sale going on in the Lobby store, which is nice. I thought I got 500 Lobby. I probably should have organized my inventory first. There it is. Move this up here so it's out of the way. Okay. So at the 50% off sale, the bundle is also giving you any Lobby ship that you want to pick. We got keys. Bound to character. These keys are bound to account, which is kind of weird. Normally, any kind of keys that you get, if they're not from an event, so event normally are going to be account bound, but if they actually costed you money, normally you can sell them or trade them or give them away. It doesn't look like that is the case with these ones. Let's see. Upgrade tokens for the X upgrades. These are not bound to account, so we got 6 of those, so those can be sold or traded. And then our tier 6 voucher coupons, these are also, doesn't look like they are bound to account either, so those can be traded or sold. Okay, and then we got Infinity promo packs. So these promo packs, they give you what is it, R&D materials essentially. The promo versions of them give you a chance of getting a promo ship. So that would be like the Enterprise J, or the, what are some of the other ones? The recon ship from the Jemadar, bug ship. So got a possibility there. The drop rates are pretty low. I've never got a promo ship. I've never really tried hard because of what those drop rates are. I have got 2 tier 6 infinity packs over the years, and I always I always say, I'm not opening them for the ship, and I'm not. I want the Lobby and maybe some other stuff, but I'm definitely not upset if I get a ship. And in the back of my mind, I am hoping I get a ship, but that's pretty rare, and I generally don't open boxes specifically hoping I'm going to get a ship, because chances are you're probably not. Okay, so that's that stuff. Now let's see, where does Worf come from? Probably some of the stuff they probably dropped right into the places it would go, like if you had to purchase it. Klingon. Hey, did I just miss it? There he is. Okay, so there's Worf. Let's make sure I have a slot available, and we'll grab him and take a look at him here. I do. Did he claim? What happened? Transaction successful. Okay. Did he get claimed multiple times? Where did he go? Okay, here he is. Okay, so when you claim him, it drops him into a box into your inventory. I wonder if you get any kind of a costume unlock for what he's wearing. A lot of times with bridge officers, it'll give you a Tailor unlock. Unless this is just some combination of something that already exists. I'm not sure about that. Worf is account unlock. So they had confirmed that on the 10 Forward live stream that they do on Twitch. I believe that was yesterday. It's either yesterday or the day before. But they did confirm that was asked specifically to the devs, and they did confirm that that is an account-wide unlock. If it wasn't, there would have been an uproar. It would have got changed, but it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Faster Worf, there he is. Okay, so he just comes with the standard old gear. I guess really the only thing that matters, other than the way he looks and the fact that he's Worf, is his traits here. Sandman. Does inventory amount go up after purchasing this? I have tough enough time with 72 spaces. This did not include additional inventory slots, at least from what I read. And welcome to the struggle, man. I mean, I have a lot of inventory space, and it's the more space you have, the more you'll fill it up, it feels like. No, I did not see that in the notes. I don't see anything that's going to give me more inventory space. And trust me, I would love it if they did. It is on sale if you want to buy it, or if you want to exchange dilithium for it right now. I think it's 25% off, I want to say. For your mains, or the characters you play all the time, it's definitely worth it at some point to do that. On my free-to-play account, over last year, I think we were able to get for free 2 upgrade boxes, for lack of a better term, which gave us 12 slots each. So that was pretty nice that they did that. Ronnie, how you got Elite Service Pack? Yes, I have the Elite Service Pack. I'm not a lifetime member, but I have the subscription-based membership. It's not available anymore. I'm just grandfathered in, and I got to the point where when they ended it and went to just the one-time buy lifetime subscription, I was already at a place where I felt like it didn't make sense to switch. But in retrospect, that was probably incorrect. But that gave me the EC cap, the shared bank, and some additional bridge officer slots and inventory slots. On my free-to-play, that was one of the first things I did is I saved up dilithium, exchanged it for Zen, and got the Elite Starter Pack. even as a free-to-play player, play it for free. You know, get through some of the story arcs, level up a character if you're really liking the game and want to keep going. That's one thing I would definitely suggest spending money on. EC cap, if you buy it individually, EC cap and a shared bank is huge, because then you can share resources between your toons. And the cap, I think it's 8 million. I want to say it's either 8 or 10 million. Don't quote me on that, but it's low. It's not high enough to be able to grind, enough credits to buy things that you're going to want or need off the exchange. All right, so we have aggressive. This is a pretty standard ground trait here. Improves damage you deal, makes enemies more likely to attack you over other targets. So bonus damage and threat generation. Superior honor. I think this is new, maybe? I'm not real familiar with all the Klingon traits. 10 million? Okay. Thank you, Dark. How are you doing this evening? Superior honor is plus 7.5 all damage, resistance rating, and additional threat generation. So far, those two are all ground. Looks like all of these are ground. Okay, ground trait provides increased resistance to kinetic, physical, psionic, confusion. Okay, so this one is buffing a good amount of resistance ratings. Immune to toxic. I don't understand. So it's plus 40 for kinetic and physical damage resistance rating. Then it says negative Tetrion damage resistance rating. So, I mean, that tells me that would actually hurt that resistance rating. I don't know. If I'm reading that wrong, let me know. But that's how I read that. That's kind of weird. Immune to toxic damage plus sonic damage resistance rating. 20% healing resistance. Healing resistance. Kind of an interesting term there as well. Immune to confuse, plus 20% maximum shield cap. Okay. So Worf looks like a good guy to have with you running around in battle on the ground, which I think makes sense. I wouldn't mind Worf running around with me on the ground, since that's where I live. Last one here is Warrior. So this is going to give us a bonus damage increase for physical damage, 5% for energy damage, and plus 15% critical severity. Okay. Yeah. So you want to make Worf a part of all your away teams when you are running missions, or if you're filling a slot where you're running TFOs that don't have a full team. He looks pretty good. Okay, let's see what else we have on the list. And I have the list here. Let me check it. All right, so we got the upgrades. Holo Worf. Ooh, we have the monk outfit and the title. Okay, title's kind of whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at the monk outfit and just see how that looks, and then we'll start taking a peek at the ships. Yeah, as a security officer. Exactly right, Ronnie. I don't think this particular character is well suited for the monk look, but let's let's take a look at that here in the Tailor. I wonder if you can kit bash it. If you can, that will be very cool. Do I want to make a new one? Yeah, let's just modify this guy, I guess. Actually, no, you know what we're gonna do? This guy. Okay. Let's see if it added it in as a category. What's the name of those robes? Yeah. Breath monk. Okay. Yeah, that's the right category there. Hands. Hair. Padded. Colors a little bit. That doesn't look like that's... There we go. Okay. There we go. Doesn't look like that included boots or gloves. Okay, so it's the robe. Even the yeah, the gloves, these are just padded gloves. They're not a part of that set. So gloves and dual shoulder and a belt. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you can kit bash this, maybe not for, you know, Fed tactical security themed officer, obviously. But maybe for obviously maybe one of my Klingons, Romulan assassin kind of tune. The hood is cool. I like the hood. And if I can use it with other uniforms, I will love it. If I cannot, I'm going to be a little disappointed, I'll be honest. Because unless I am infiltrating a monastery, the rest of this by itself not going to be super useful for me. Yeah, it does. Ronnie, I agree with that 100%. So let's go and let's just switch up to something else here. What do we want to do? Let's do something we can use with Kabali. Let's see if I have something saved already. Actually, we can throw on this guy. Save that just so we have it. Just outfit. Why don't we see if we can do something maybe with the Terran themed? I don't know if it's going to go together. I don't want... We'll be stuck here all night if I start going down the rabbit hole in the Space Barbie department, but let's just see if we can put this hood... This guy here. Got a bad feeling, but we'll see. See this? The preview over here has the guy wearing the hood. That's really weird. So I can't add it to it in the uniform category. Take a look like if we're in Bali armor. Not looking very promising, guys. Sometimes, like, some of the categories will let you do that and some won't. Let's try one that actually has a helmet. Okay, well, obviously that's its category. Come on. Counter command, formal wear. Let's just try something stupid. Nope. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so at least on Fed Tactical Mail, some of this stuff can vary a little bit too, depending on the faction you're on and different things like that. There's really quirky kind of stuff with this system, but it looks like the only time I can slot that is if I am in the category for it. That's kind of a bummer. Hopefully 1. Maybe I'm missing something there. I don't think so, but maybe 2, best case, maybe Klingons, you can have more leeway with that. 3, that's the way it is, then maybe they'll change it. We can be optimistic about that. Otherwise, we're going to have to find some good colors to put on this to make our monk look good. And just for fun, we'll go ahead and dress our guy up in that. Can I create another one? Oh, I'm out of slots. Okay. Let's modify this one. And we'll run around looking like a Vulcan monk for the rest of the night. And then let's take a look at the ships. Sign Tech, how's it going? Maybe you have to restart the game for it to pop up. That's possible. I mean, it did show up in, my inventory as something that I can use, but that's definitely possible. I don't know if I'm going to kill the game right now while I'm live, but I will definitely try that. Thank you for that suggestion. All right, so we're incognito on Earth space dock. There's a lot of monks running around there, right? I don't know if that rifle goes with it, though. Why don't we do something like, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'll start going down the space Barbie path, and let's go with this. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's go over and take a look at these ships. Now, it said that it did come with ship slots. I don't remember seeing that pop into my inventory as boxes, so that might be something I have to claim separately. Okay, these are the tokens. I am pretty full, I think. Let's take a look here. Okay, so when I claimed that bundle on this character, it automatically assigned those slots that came in the bundle to this character. So if you have a character, and I don't know if that's account unlock or what, we'll have to switch characters here in a minute and check. But if it is not, pay attention to who you claim your bundle on, because if you need those ship slots on, say, a different character, like for myself, I probably would have opened it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know who I would open it on. I probably wouldn't have opened it yet. Ship slots are important. Nice thing to have extras of. But when I claimed that from the C store, that just gave me those. So just be aware of that. Budoshin, I hope I'm saying that right. It's going to go on my clip film. I'm making a clip of names that I butcher, so congrats on that. Hopefully I did get it right. Sadly, there aren't enough of them to look at. Yeah, with the ships, I agree with that in terms of the legendary. At the end of the day, you'll end up with, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships, depending on how you spend your lobby. But I agree, there wasn't anywhere near as much as the 10th anniversary. They touched on that a little bit in the last week's 10 Forward live stream the devs did, that being the 10th year, they were going super big, and that most legendary packs going forward would not be as large. All right, what ship you guys want to look at first? Nope, no one does. Boo, Doug. Yeah. Let's see here. It's gonna be tier 6s. I don't have to claim those out of my... It's past them, or do they go somewhere special? Guess I should use the filter they just added. There we go. The ambassador class. I agree with that. They did say, though, that there are going to be more legendary Klingon ships coming. They kind of alluded to maybe a pack. I kind of think it's going to be maybe separate ships, like we saw with the Romulans. But they did make 100% clear, they wouldn't go into any further, but that there would be more Klingon legendary ships coming out. But I agree, with the Year of the Klingon, and with the amount of Federation ships we got last time, I don't think it would have hurt them just to go full Klingon. Everyone's got Klingon recruits. We've been playing the Klingon content. Everybody's pumped about that. There's a lot of action happening on that side. I think that they could have went all Klingon and we've been fine. I got my 24K Zen on hold for first contact day and whatever next big promo or expansion. Okay. Fair enough. These will come back up too. It's not super often, but I think the other ones come up, I want to say three or four times since the since it first came out. So, you know, it's a lot of money. Being patient, and I didn't the first bundle they came out with, I didn't buy that until May of this year. So it had came out, I think, like 2 times prior to that before I finally decided. It's a lot of money, you know. So I mean, just jumping in and going for it's probably not always the best choice. Let's claim that. I don't really feel right claiming these Klingon ships on my Fed character, but we'll just do that for sake of the stream here and taking a look at it. The Burrell. There's that beautiful ship. I really like the way that looks. To me, this says next gen Klingon all over it. I love it. Let's claim that. And what was the other one? Was the Excelsior. I'm kind of mixed on this new skin. We'll take a look at it in space, but I think the original design looks amazing. Yeah, me too. All right. I just reached level 65 on tactical Klingon discovery. Okay, nice. So that's I'm assuming that's a recruit then, right? Well, it's got to be, because that Klingon, the Discovery Klingons came out with the recruit. That's really good, man. I haven't put much work into my Klingon recruit on my main account at all. And I don't want to get into that. Part of it's a time reason. Second is there wasn't quite enough to pull me, given what I already have unlocked on this account. On my free-to-play account, though, I have I've been working pretty hard on it. I'm not as near as far as you are. I'm probably about halfway there. For my free-to-play account, that's going to be huge with the ship and the trait that you get from it and some of the other perks. Very, very happy about that. Okay, so that looks like that just slotted those ships already. I'm going to add a filter into this. Yeah, and that's a good buy. The Vengeance was the first premium ship I ever got. I actually won it on. But I didn't buy it. I got it on Q-Saku's stream, and then I ended up saving up Lobi and buying it for another character with Lobi. That's a really good ship. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get with. I'm definitely gonna do a ship. Unfortunately, I think it's probably gonna end up being a ship I already have, like a ship I have on another tune. I'm wanting to do a torpedo build on my tactical officer, but I'm missing a key trait for that, which I do have on my Klingon science character. So it always kind of hurts when you buy the ship for the trait. The ship's good. It's the Sona command battle cruiser. It's a good ship, but the main reason I want it is for the isolytic terror trait. All right, we'll just start at whatever's at the top of the list here, which is the Burrell. All right, so I'm going to, is that going to autofill? It is, whatever. Forget about what's on here. I don't know. It does this to me, but let's take a look at what it's got. Okay, so here's the base stats. 78k hull, that's pretty damn good. Shield stuff doesn't matter, neither does that. Really, on ground, it's your whatever your hull is your base hull, depending on how you're spec'd, but with no buffs. Turn rate's not going to give us anything important there. Let's look at the mastery here. So a lot of guys are pumped about putting a torpedo build on this. I think they're right. This is well suited for that. Okay, so tier 1 on this is going to be plus 25. Physical damage resistance, kinetic damage resistance, those are always good. 15% critical severity, I like that. More damage resistance rating for energy and radiation. And then we have plus 10% hull hit points, okay. So this is going to be a pretty tanky ship there. And the trait. Okay, history will remember. So this was on the Baran, which is actually one of the ships that's in the bundle. It's a variant of it, Enterprise C. Which is weird because we got this ship with this trait, and this trait originally comes on another ship that's in the bundle, and according to the notes, it didn't look like that other ship had two traits on it. It looked like just one new one. We'll have to look when we take a peek at that ship. It's kind of weird how they organize this, but if you're building a tank, this is a must-have trait. This trait is excellent, and you can get it on the Baran bedside. Good day to die. We already have a trait called that. A good day to die. Okay, we do. So this one allows go down fighting to be activated at any time. Normally you have to be below 50% to get the big damage bonus boost. It's interesting that it's named the same. With the Starship trait, once per second while damaged, plus 1.5 bonus all damage for 10 seconds. Increases incoming hull healing for 10 seconds and effects stack up to 10 times. So that's pretty decent. So at full stacks, and I'm assuming additional stacks will just renew the timer on that. So once you're damaged, 10 times, you'll be putting out an extra 15% bonus damage. That's a lot. 15% bonus damage is almost equal to 3 of these consoles at Epic, the 29% Cat 1 damage. So again, I won't go into all the detail on it, but for those that don't know, there's different kinds of damage boosts. There's Cat 1 and Cat 2. There's a whole bunch of other ones that get into this weird math shit, but if it says bonus, it's Cat 2. If it doesn't, it's Cat 1. Cat 1 is going to be based off your base damage. So like this weapon sitting on ground does 321 phaser damage. If you add, say, 10% Cat 1 boost to this, like these consoles, say it was 10%, make the math easy, it would give you an extra 32 phaser damage. If you added another 10% one, it's going to calculate it off that base amount again and give you another 32%. Bonus damage is calculated after all of these other ones have been added on, and any other Cat 1, it's basically calculated on top of all of that. So bonus damage is it's much larger boost. I did the math once. Basically, 5.5 to 6% bonus damage is equal to the damage boost you would get from this console, which is 29%. So just a quick difference on that. So this trait would probably be good for a tank as well, since tanks are attracting damage. They want to get hit, and getting hit will boost your outgoing damage and your incoming heals. So that looks pretty good. It looks really good, actually. Let's see what kind of materials it came with. You guys have questions on any of this stuff or want me to pull something up or a stat or something, feel free. I'm sure I'm missing all kinds of stuff that I'll think of later and go look myself, but wish I had shared it with you guys as well. It's so weird. When you go into the ship Tailor, it always gives me some, like, different layout than what it was. Baran, you mean the Narenja. That is what I mean. Thank you for that correction. I always mix those two names up, and I don't know why. It's not like they sound the same. Yes, the Enterprise C, essentially, the Narendra. Port Cruiser Bundle since the KDF. And yes. Yeah, I tell you what, the we didn't know, but had we had known those faction walls were going to come down, I would have bought a lot differently. And I'm just going to butcher your name right now, too. Tagger. I'm just going to go with Tag, if that's okay. I'm sorry. I'm the world's worst username handle reader ever existed in the history of mankind. Okay, so this is the main model here that they came out with. Apparently this gold does not go away regardless of the color you use. I think it's kind of nice, a little ornate there. Not bad. I definitely like the body, the actual shape of the design. It looks like from the next gen show. I don't know what the hell that is, but it almost looks like it's a Romulan mixture. I don't know what that is. Yes, it does. I heard that today and I had to go look myself. No, I mean, it's in the notes. We'll check it out. So I haven't confirmed it, but I've read what you read, that it was there. I did talk to somebody about that earlier, that is normally in the know, spends a lot of time digging through it, and they had said it had something to do with, they boosted all the ship stats after they had announced them, and that it had something to do with the way they boosted intel, that they decided to go and put that on. That's what I heard. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm kind of surprised to see that. I can see a Federation ship having a cloak, but why would that be the one? I agree, it sounds like an error to me as well. Yeah, I don't like that. That's weird. That's definitely the classic look there. That's interesting. Okay, so that just changes some of the inlays there. Do anything to the bottom? Yeah, same thing. That's kind of cool. I think this look's been in-game already, if I remember correctly. And that's okay. I do think I like that, though. All right, we'll save that one. I'm not going to be doing any runs or test builds or anything like that tonight. Just kind of looking over the basics. Let's look at that cloak, though, because now that you've reminded me, I want to know. Was it this? Wasn't the heavy cruiser, was it? It was the ambassador. I don't know about how that looks either. It's so weird. Let's just jump up into space and check this out. Tegaroger. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure that out. Not your fault, it's mine. I'm terrible. Let me get all this shit off of here. Disable visual. Disable visual. I wish this stuff was off by default. I guess it does. So it definitely wasn't an error in what was written. I'm assuming if it has it on the ship and it was written down that they meant to do that. That is, I think it's strange. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not upset about it. I just think it's kind of weird. Definitely not a bad looking model there. I'll probably end up kit bashing it. Roni looks the same as the Odyssey class because of the neck. Yeah, it's got that kind of open see-through. Yeah, I hear that. Because to be honest, I mean, I like... They just updated the model, or not the model, but the texturing and skins for the Ambassador class before this came out. And that looked really good. But even prior to that, I thought just, you know, the fleet and the regular models they had, I thought they looked really, really nice. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite looking ships in the game. Robert, does that cloak... Yeah. Yeah, it would, I think, before the Romulans fell apart and needed everybody's help. In the TNG era, yes, it would. Was that the same... That wasn't the same class of ship, was it? From the one with Riker and his old captain, where they had the transphasic cloak or whatever it was, where it could go through matter and stuff, and he gets stuck in the rock. Was that an Ambassador class ship? I can't remember. That would be interesting if it was. If it was the same class and they happened to give that random ship in the game a cloak, it would actually kind of make sense if they did that. I hope it is, because that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. I don't have any complaints. Like I said, I'd probably kit bash it or something like that, but I think it looks cool. I think the cloak I think it justified the cloak because it's tier 6 intel. Yeah, and that's what somebody was saying earlier today. I didn't know what that meant. I mean, I know there's some Fed ships. There's that intel bundle with like 3 ships or whatever, and those all have cloaks. To me, it's kind of a stretch. I mean, there's all kinds of ships that are, you know, intel or have intel seating, but that is what I heard was the justification as well. Ronnie, no. Robert, oh, now I need to know. Yeah, right? If it is, that would be so cool that they tied all that together. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Because in the... I'm just trying to think of in the show, you're only seeing bits and pieces of it. So I can't remember. I mean, I remember what the ship looked in The Rock, but it's not enough. The Pegasus, that's right. Okay, Orbith class with phase cloak. Many players ask for like, yeah, okay. Yeah, same ship from Star Trek 3. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. Let's take a look at... See, this bothers me. This ship shares the same trait as the Vorta. Not the Vorta, what am I saying? As the... This is the same one. Let me just double check. Kill said it'll never happen. Yeah. I think that's something that grumpy old Nord asks him every single time. It's become some kind of a meme, right? I really like this ship. We're going to look at it in space here real quick, and then I'll go back. Mastery. Yeah. Yeah, so this ship comes with the same trait, base trait, but a different legendary trait, quote-unquote. Before we go away. There's shield visuals on it. So annoying. Oh, and I just want to remind everybody, I am running a giveaway for a Tier 6 token. It is PC only, but I'm doing that via my Discord server. The link's down in the description. So you just go into giveaways, and everybody is eligible. It's pretty straightforward. You'll see under there under the giveaway tag. But I'm going to draw the bot will draw the winner on Sunday. And then I'll contact you via Discord and get that sent to you. I was hoping for Legendary Freedom Frigate as a hero ship from back beyond. Okay. What does that look like? Star Trek Beyond. It's not triggering any pictures in my mind. I'll have to look that up after. I like this. This is a good looking ship. Got a lot. Let's jump back over to this guy here. Yeah, so both these ships come with the same trait. I would have liked to see, even if it wasn't a new trait, a different trait. In the same bundle, we have two ships that have the same trait on it. Which isn't a bundle deal breaker for me. I just would have liked to see that. 25 and 25 physical kinetic. Regen. Okay, so hull regen. Resistance, radiation, and energy weapons, and hull hit points. Okay, so definitely a tanking ship. I know the non-legendary version of this. I'll use it as a tank. It's a good tanking ship. Obviously, with the trait that comes on it, it makes perfect sense. Was this a... Okay, and it is Intel. similar seating to the other one. I don't think I have the other one unlocked on this account, or I'd be interested to compare it. Maybe that's for another time. I'll compare some of these ships to the predecessor tier 6 versions of them. My thoughts on Intel versus Temporal. I mean, it depends on the build. Most of the ships that I have, like, say, the Vengeance, that has Intel seating, I don't normally use the Intel seating. There's stuff, I mean, like, if you're like, work it in, I could work it in and it would be fine, but I don't generally use the Intel seating that much. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just the way I build and what I like. I don't normally. As for the, what was the other one, Temporal? I like Temporal a lot for the beam overload builds. And why is that? It's for the, I can't remember the name. I have that unlocked on him. It's the one it builds up. So you put it on the enemy ship, and then it all the damage you do starts to, a percentage of that builds up, and you can get massive hits off of that. It does a lot of damage, and then it's also good for science builds, obviously, as well. So I mean, if I got to just pick one, I mean, it really depends on how I'm building the ship. But if I'm doing beam overload, I would go towards Temporal before I would go Intel personally. If I was building maybe more of a raider, then I'd probably be using like Intel Team or something like that to reduce my threat generation, those kinds of things. What deflector visual? That one is one of the rep ones. Dyson? Yeah, it's the Dyson rep. I got it specifically for that. It's really nice on the Fed ships because it's really basic. There's not a whole bunch of different colors. So I find it looks really good on a lot of the Fed ships. Yeah, so overall, I like the look of the ship. The trait. Let me look at the special trait here. When reduced below 25%. Okay, I was reading this earlier. Heals you for a massive amount over 3 seconds. Heal shields, good amount. 50% reduction. Recharge bridge officer, that's nice. Ability, okay, over 3 seconds. Unkillable for 3 seconds. Okay, so this is a auto oh shit trait. Does it itself. I personally don't like things that I can't kind of control the proc. Also, it's only good for every 3 minutes you can use it. So I don't know that I would use this trait much on anything really. You figure most ISAs or ISEs are running 2 minutes or under. And there's a lot of other traits that would be more helpful. I gotta tell you, overall, I'm not disappointed in the ship, but I already have it. Is kind of how I feel. I like the skin, I like the design, I think it looks good, and I want to compare the seating between this one and the one that I already have, the non-legendary, and just see what that difference looks like. But this particular one, it doesn't have me super excited. I think it's beautiful. I think they did a really good job on it. And it has a cloak, too, so, I mean, sometimes, we'll look at ships and some of the things they have, and on first glance, you're looking at them and you're thinking about, how you would have played it or how you would play it, and sometimes you can underestimate it because there's little nuanced things that once you start playing with it and building around some of these little nuanced things, you'll find that it'll shine in ways you didn't think it might or hadn't considered that it might. So I don't want to judge, like, oh, it's a bad ship. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just interested to see how much more ship did I get out of this than the one that I had. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, except the other one has the 2-minute cooldown. That's right. Yeah, because I was trying to think of what it was called earlier, because when I was reading that trait, I'm like, there's something else that does that from like the specialization side of things. Yep. I like it. Going to have use it myself now. You like it? Yep. If you don't already own the regular tier 6 version of this ship, it's excellent. So don't misunderstand, you know, what I'm saying is that it's, if you already have it, is my question for myself, is it, you know, worth it being in the bundle for me? If you don't have this ship, the ship is excellent, and the trait for it is excellent as well, the basic trait. So, all right, let's take a look at the next ship here. Why don't we go? We'll go back Klingon. Get the right buttons going here. Let's go the Burrell. I'll have to jump into Earth Space Dock and mess with the skins on this. I think you can make this look really cool. Holy shit. Yeah, see, I'm running out of space. I need to start deleting some stuff out of here. God. You would get this or the Fed Intel 3-pack bundle. Let's look at that 3-pack bundle. You're talking about the one that has the yeah, this one here. I would so I have this ship right here, and I never play it. And it's not because it's not good. It's not bad. But I have a lot. I love the way it looks. I like that it has the built-in cloak. It was one of the first C-Store ships that I bought. But I never play it, and I play many other ships, you know, quite a bit more. As for the rest of these, there's way better science ships. If it were me, I wouldn't go with this. I would go with the other option if it were me. And a lot of these questions are they're somewhat loaded because I mean a lot of it is really kind of based on you and not me, but you're asking my opinion. So if it were me, I would just go with the other one. Is what I would do. Just have better ships. I don't even want to say better ships per se. So, I mean, ships are. I mean, I could build this ship to be badass, you know, and it could do all kinds of stuff. It's just, other than the way it looks, the layout and what it has, it's just not very interesting to me. And that's a personal preference, you know. So, that's just how I feel. I'm not making a statement to you guys like, oh, you shouldn't like this either, or you shouldn't be interested in either. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, for me, other than the way the ship looks, which I think it looks badass, it's just the layout and everything, just it doesn't do anything for me. It did. I mean, like I said, it was the first ship I ever spent money on, ever. But I bought it because it looked cool and it had a cloak and was a Federation ship. But as for the bundle, most bundles I'm not a big fan of. And it's more of for, like, I have this bundle as well. And this was actually I mean, I only end up using this ship. The thing with bundles that I find is that for me, most of the time, I end up only using like one ship out of it. This one you could do a lot with. You could do a tank build on this. This is one of the best science ships in the game. Raider. Depends on, you know, your play style. You can do some cool stuff with this ship. This is not a bad bundle. The cross-faction bundles, though, where you get like one of each, obviously, I mean, I don't even know, do they still sell those now that the faction wall's down? I haven't even looked. But prior to that, you know, you're getting a bunch of the same ship just for a different faction. Same thing with, like, you know, the Odyssey bundle. You're getting just a slightly variant of each, you know, or of that one ship. So I find I end up only playing one of them. I'm not a big fan of the bundles. It bang for buck, you get more ship, but you're not necessarily getting more value in the way that you are going to use and play those ships, because chances are you won't end up playing them all. They won't remove any existing bundles. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, because some people like the looks of their ships. You know, some people don't, you know, they play the game for role play and for the experience, and that's totally cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with anybody playing this game anywhere they want, buying the things any way they want. I'm just telling you guys kind of how I think the process through for myself, you know, my funds, you know, what I have money for, what I like to play for, you know, what I'm going to get the most bang for buck out of. If you role play and you role play on multiple factions and stuff, then it makes sense all day to buy, you know, a cross faction ship bundle where you're getting almost the exact same ship, but it just looks different. So it just comes down to your priorities and, you know, why you're playing the game. And there's not a wrong or a right way, you know, in doing that. Let's clear up some inventory space. Actually, let's look at this ship here, and then I'll clear up some inventory space, and we'll jump into the last one. Pay no attention to any of this gear. It's just auto-populating in when I go into the ship. Sea-Dog, how's it going? Good to see you again. I thought folks bought bundles more for console sets rather than playing every ship. That's true in some instances. That's another reason people would buy those. I know, like when I bought the last legendary bundle, the Odyssey class, you got all of those consoles that came on all three of those variants, and I use all three of them on my tank build. They're fucking awesome. But they're, for me, again, in the way I play and what I'm aware of, because I don't know everything, and I don't know all the different consoles and all the single ships, but the I don't it just really depends. I mean, for me, you know, if I would buy a bundle, I mean, that console, that 3-piece console set would have to be very good, and it'd have to be very specific, you know, like with the one I just mentioned. For my tanking build, I mean, it's like the cornerstone of it, and it's excellent, and I don't see that going away. So if they hadn't had that in that bundle, and I had the money to spend, the Legacy bundle, I would buy that 3-pack bundle for that. It would be worth the money to me. Go to settings. Yeah, the flagship set. Exactly. Settings. Which settings do you want to see? The stats? Ronnie, what are you asking me to go to there? All right, what does this have? Accuracy, which is good, especially because most will probably do cannon builds, I'm guessing, maybe. I know that's probably what I would do on this. That always helps. Defensive rating. Maybe this is a good PvP ship. PvP, defense, accuracy. I'm no PvP pro, but the hit the escape button. Like, you want to look at the ship, or you want me to go to settings? What do you want to look at here? Tell me what you want to see in there. I'll show it to you. God, this freaking visual stuff. Disable this here. Disable. Disable. So not a bad looking ship. These cannons are pretty cool on the bottom. I really like that. I like when they have like actual gun looking kind of turrets. Random question. What T5 ship would you recommend? I have yet to use my coupon. I actually made a video on that, or at least on how to kind of look at what you want to pick. A couple weeks back, I encourage you to take a look at that. I picked the Odyssey class, actually, tier 5, with my coupon on my free-to-play. I haven't picked one yet with on my main account. I'm just not sure what I want to do there. But I like that Odyssey one. It came with more console slots. Some of them come with more console slots and then you can upgrade them. Some of them come with less, but you can get a fleet variant. Then you have to upgrade it. So there's a couple different chains if you're going to keep it and upgrade it. But I went with the Odyssey and I really like that, the tactical version. Okay, so escape, and I'm in the settings. When I buy bundles, hard to play all the ships. Feels like I am wasting money, and yeah. See, and I feel the same way. You know, I'd rather spend almost the same amount of money and get 2 ships that are like specifically what I want, than, you know, basically get a ship for free, but end up with 3 ships and I'm only going to probably play one of them. So it's, you know, it's bang for buck in terms of, you know, the amount of material you're getting 3 ships, but is it really, you know, bang for value when you're talking about whether or not you're going to use them? I mean, what good's a ship if it just sits in dry dock or in the sea store unclaimed, you know? I got the Scimitar with it. Still an awesome ship. Yeah, it is. My son, he's 8. He plays with me sometimes. He went with the Scimitar. And it's cool, you know. And the what shield did he put on it? It was one of the ones, the Steel series, I think, shield he put on it. It makes the whole thing look like literally like shiny chrome steel. It's really cool looking. But that's a good ship as well, for sure. I'm sorry, Ronnie. What did you want to see in here? Go to read ship. Oh, yes, thank you. Where is that on this front page here? You're talking about so it doesn't auto load the gear from the previous ship. Move equipment. Okay, ready, shipped. There we go. Is that what you're talking about? I won't go up any higher. This one right here, right? I just turned it to off. I should have looked at this part in the beginning. I had this set before, but I think one of the updates reset it back. Anytime you get a new ship and you ready it, it's going to pull all the gear off your old ship and put it on your new ship. And that's not always what you want and can make a mess, kind of like it's doing for me. This function will turn that off if you switch it to off. It prevents your ship equipment from moving to... Yes, perfect. Yep. Thank you for I knew that function was in there somewhere and I didn't want to go digging for it in the stream. So thank you for pointing that out and telling me where that is, because it's annoying. Even though I'm on the last ship, I switch ships around all the time and pulse, and it's a nightmare. Thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. Okay, let's look at the rest of the traits on this guy here, and then we'll jump over to the last ship for the night. Okay, so we were talking on the first 2, accuracy and defense rating. And let's see here. So this is plus kinetic and energy damage. So this is actually a damage boost for this ship. Kinetic and energy. Okay. That's cool. Steven, how's it going tonight? I'm glad they had the Lobi sale. Had been saving for the Kelvin Dreadnought. It's a good buy. That's a good choice. Had 680. Okay, was able to get for 400. Nice. Yeah, you could afford to get some of the some consoles as well. There's some great gear in the Lobi store. Sandaga probably wouldn't buy any more bundles. No more Zen either. One I got was for a Century ship. 31st century ones. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to like knock or, you know, poo poo like all bundles. I guess it's like most of the videos I make. Like, I try not to make like statements, you know, like you should do this or you shouldn't do that or this is bad or this is good, because things are really relative and all the things aren't the same either, right? So that's good. You know, I've gotten a few bundles and they've, you know, I've been happy with them. I've gotten others that I haven't been, and it's just kind of made me develop, you know, a thought process when I look at whether or not I'm going to buy a bundle. So that's good. Those worked out. Got it before I had any of the promo tier 6 ships. So using the ships to level alts. Yeah, that makes it really nice. Good for free to play. Had too many tier 6 ships. Yep, agreed. Consoles, which ones? Okay, let's look at that real quick. Kind of got a mess going on here. So you're going for that ship. That's a damage dealer. So there are, for anything for me that's a damage dealer, basically that's not science, I'm going to want 3 consoles out of the Lobi store. One of them is going to be this one right here. And you can't see that, can you? I need to pay attention here. Let me move this over. There it is. So it's going to be this one. Once upgraded, even before it's upgraded, it's good. It gives you a very good amount of critical chance. The accuracy isn't a bad thing either, but it's almost 4% critical chance, which is very good. The next one is going to be this one right here. The bioneural infused circuitry. This gives you a massive boost to critical severity. I think my favorite purchase so far. Yeah, the Vengeance is a great ship. Excellent ship. So this is the next one I would go with, and that's also covered up. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I keep checking here. I'm not used to, normally like when I live stream over on Twitch, we're running missions, we're playing, and I don't go through much of this, so I forget my camera's there and in the way. So this would be number 2, and these aren't in any particular order. I probably would go with this one first, or the third console I want to show may be the first one I would get, and that's the Tachyokinetic Converter. This gives you critical chance and critical severity and flight turn rate. So, and these 3 items, what's nice about these is these are not, other than, well, shit, even on science, I use this one. The nice thing about these consoles is that there is nothing that you wouldn't want to use it on. They're not tied to any kind of damage type. They're basically crit chance and crit severity, you know, go-getters. And running a ship with these 3 on compared to these 3 off will be a massive difference in the amount of, you know, damage output that you can do. So I would recommend, if you have the extra, you know, Lobi, there's a lot of other cool ground stuff in there too. You just got to, you know, decide what's important or what you want to put the stuff into to start with. But one of those 3 consoles, and I'll just go through them again real quick here. So you have the Tachyokinetic Converter, and let's make sure we can see that. We have the bioneural infused circuits, and then we have the, what's that? This guy here. We can see that, okay. And this is the swarm processor. So those 3 would be on my list to put on the Vengeance for sure. I think your favorite purchase, the Vanguard Warship, that's a really good ship. In fact, my other kid has that. He got it with my middle. I got 3 sons. They're all real close in age. He's what's my middle one? 9. He bought that with his tier 6 token from the events that from last year. The console that comes on that ship is a very good console as well. Whole thing's good. I mean, for especially, you know, like Canon DPS build, it's very nice. All right, let's finish up with this ship here. We already got this one. So this gives us more damage output for energy weapons and kinetic. We have 15% critical severity. And what do we got going on the trait here? Withering Barrage. Okay. I mean, I have 3 other ships that give me this, but I mean, to be fair, the legendary bundle was like this as well. Last year's legendary bundle where you got the stock trait on the ship. So, again, if you don't have any of these ships, the other variants, excuse me, of the other tier 6 ships, this trait is, if you're going to do a cannon build, you have to you need this trait. So if you don't have any of these other ships, the ships you're getting in the bundle are good, the traits are good, and you're getting some extra traits. If you have it already, like I'm looking at this now, I literally have 3 other ships that give me this same traits, and I have 4. So again, I'm not poo-pooing it, it's a matter of, you know, what do you already have and whether or not it's worth it. And who knows, maybe this trait will make it be so good that it won't matter that the other one I have 4 of. Okay, when decloaking, plus 50% shield penetration for projectile weapons. That's pretty good for 10 seconds. That's not bad at all. Plus 50% firing cycle haste for energy weapons. That's not bad. Does it have a battle cloak? Enhanced battle cloak. Okay. It would take some fancier flying and clicking, but you could probably do quite a bit with that trait on a torpedo build or a beam overload build. There's some other traits you can mix with this as well that would complement. So that's a good trait. I like that. It's not one of those ones where it's just like obvious, you know, just gonna, you know, be, you know, blowing everything up. It's one of those ones where like you can kind of see a path where you could fit it in with some other stuff and it would shine pretty well, provided it performs in the way that you know, read it as performing. So I like that. That's good. I like that a lot. Adding those 3 consoles doubled my DPS. Yep. It will. I mean, it's huge. The simulated module. Yep. And that's a cheap one to get. So that's like the first one I get is that rep console. Like, a little off subject from what we're talking about, but let me just show you what you can do with that stuff here. So I obviously have my endeavors fairly high. I'm using what is it? RSOs, only 2 of them though, because it is a fed character. But yeah, so I'm using those 3 consoles, right, that we discussed. It's these 3 right here. And then there's 2 rep consoles. This one is from, let me scoot that over a little more. Let me actually make this smaller. It's from the Romulan rep. Can I make it smaller? Yeah, I can from that side. It's from the Romulan rep. This gives you the critical chance. And then the one that Tag had mentioned there, the assimilated module, this is an excellent one as well. It's actually really similar to this one next to it. So people used to say, like when I was first learning the game, you know, use this one until you get this and you can replace it. But now it's like, well, use both. They're both really good. That comes from the Omega rep, and it's like tier 2. Like you could get it on day 4 if you were pushing it, day 4 or 5. But yeah, so with those Lobby consoles and then those rep consoles, this ship sitting still with no buffs going, sitting at 54.3 critical chance and 226 critical severity. And without these Lobby consoles, that number would be quite a bit lower. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump back over to the Burrell. Just take a look at the bridge seating. Anyone have any questions or want to see anything else on that ship? When I say questions, I know as much as you guys do in terms of the new ships looking at that. So if you have a question we can look at together, let me know, and I'll thumb to that page. Does it have pilot maneuvers? That's a question. I thought I saw it sticking out of the side, the control for that. Let's see here. Let's close that. It does. Okay. That's kind of nice. Pilot maneuvers are kind of cool. Really good for getting around the map quicker. You can jump it ahead. I've been working on a few videos in the how-to build methodology category I've been doing over the past couple weeks. One of them is going to be focused solely on movement, getting around maps quickly and all the time whenever you want to. I should start uploading those probably sometime this weekend. So be looking for that if you're interested. If you find yourself in TFOs and getting left behind, there's a way to make sure that's not happening. What's the seatings? Probably all universal. Yep, all universal seating. And we have Intel and pilot seatings. Pretty standard for, you know, a Raider style ship. I don't think there was any new consoles. They were just all of the other ones. I'll have to go through. Some of these consoles might be pretty valuable too on either this ship or other ships. That's a tier subspace jump. Okay. Interesting. Legendary umbrella has pilot maneuvers. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You got to get used to it. Like that Defiant I just showed you guys. I've been flying that a lot. I'm just starting to get used to it because I'm a key tapper, you know. So like I like to, when I'm turning a lot of times, I don't hold the key. I kind of tap it, you know, to kind of get it where I want. And you got to be careful with the pilot maneuvers because, you know, you'll end up shooting off to the side or, you know, getting out of position, which is a big deal, you know, depending on what you're doing. If you're trying to get the flanking and you go rolling out of the way or shooting past the target because you tapped it forward or something like that. But I like it. It just takes a little getting used to, but I like it a lot. And it looks really cool, especially when it does that barrel roll. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and look at the last one here. I'm going to have some inventory cleaning to do after this stream. After that, I'll show you one of my all-time favorite looking ships. You might be a little surprised. It's nothing really special, but the fleet version, there's a skin that comes with it, and it just looks awesome. I think you guys might like it. All right. Let's look at this ship to start with. It's a little different. It looks like a more futuristic Excelsior class from the top. It's got kind of that boat hull kind of look, you know, flat on the top. Same with the saucer and the impulse engines. It looks like a little more of a futuristic version of it. Where it gets a little different. I'm kind of mixed on the pinstripe. I want to like it. I think I do like it. It still has that same kind of neck on it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. That's not a shield visual or anything. That nothing should have transferred, right? Nope. Yep. It's all stock. I like that two-tone. It's really, you know, reflective on the bottom. A lot of them are like this as well. And then the top has more of kind of a dull. It's really the lighting. If we reposition, obviously it'd look different, but I like the detail they put. Let's turn up the render scale on this. This might make my computer get a little bit loud here, but have you reviewed the Worf? Yeah, we looked at him, and I'll pull him up again if you want to check him out. No problem. I just started messing with the render scale stuff. You got to be careful because you could shut your computer off, but let's see here. Spell this right? That's really the question. All right. Yeah. Spell that wrong? I think I spelled it wrong. Oh, no, it's because I did render scale 1. Start hearing a fan in the background. This is my video card working harder. Yes, that's nice. I like it. It's a little different. I don't know that I'd call it my favorite, but this I think is going to be a little controversial for some people. Not controversial, but you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. And I'm already going to contradict that statement. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure, but I think overall I like what they did with the ship. It still has that Excelsior look to it, but it's different and new, which is kind of cool. And no cloak for this guy. This button do. Pursuit mode. What does it do in pursuit mode? All damage resistance. Bonus all damage. 15 to 45%. Giving us plus flight speed and turn speed. Okay. Your weapons. Flicked. Okay, let's 33% speed and turn rate on. Okay, hit for 4 seconds. Okay, interesting. I'll have to go through these consoles. Some of these, you know, you got 3 or 4 of them, so it's kind of a lot here. Coming up on my hard break. I will be streaming tomorrow night on Twitch at 9 o'clock my time, which is 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I answer questions there. If you're on PC, you're more than welcome to play with us. We just have a fun time. We'll run randoms, Endeavor stuff. We'll do parse runs. If anyone wants to do that, you don't have to be the best, or you could be the worst, and that's fine too. No one's gonna get upset. We're more than happy to do those. Parse your builds, see how they perform. It gives a good baseline, so as you're working on it, you can see how those builds are improving. You know, there's a time I had no idea what I was doing, and I wanted to get better, and I started asking, and I started going with some of these guys that really knew what they were doing and dying a lot, and that made me better. So, yeah, Saturday nights, 8 Pacific Standard Time over on Twitch. The link's down in the description if you guys want to check me out there as well. What do we got here? Ship, it looks so nice. The original ship is this. It's good. All right, let me show you guys one of my favorite ships, and then oh brother. Let me show you guys one of my favorite ships here, and then we're gonna jump back down to Earth Space Dock. We'll take a look at Worf again for Teg there, and then that'll probably wrap it up for me tonight, unless anybody has any other questions about the bundle or just in general. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going outside the bundle right now, because I was up super early and I went to bed super late, and I'm going to stream tomorrow night for a good amount of time. I normally do an after-hours stream as well. Normally like Warships or another game just for fun, but in any case, what do you guys think about this guy here? Oh, and for anybody new that has popped in, since last time I said something, I am doing a giveaway for a Tier 6 token. It is for PC only at the moment. I'm doing that via Discord. So if you follow the Discord link down in the description, there's a giveaway page. I just ask that you sub to my YouTube channel. There's no purchases, money, or anything else that you have to do. I have extra, and I know I like winning stuff, so when I have extra, I'll run those giveaways for you guys and those kinds of things. I am looking. I know a lot of you guys here on YouTube, especially play on console as well, and I'm looking at seeing if there's any options I have for that. It might be maybe like Art gift card or something like that, or I might just start an account on there so I can trade in game things. But we'll see. That'll be coming here in the next couple weeks. So, Dark, what did you say there? What are the traits for the... thank you. Like one of the most important parts, man. I almost blew it right there. Saved the day. Thank you for catching that. Okay, unlocks multiple traits. First one is target that I can't even think straight. Explosion. Target that explosion. Okay, so that's like the Sulu saying, right? When they're taking on the Klingon ship that could firewall cloak. Torpedoes cause allies to coordinate fire. After activating any torpedo or command bridge officer ability, when your next torpedo deals damage, up to 6 nearby allies launch torpedoes at the target. Okay, so it turns all your allies into torpedo launchers that are going to do 5,600 and some change kinetic damage. That's kind of cool. I like that. What was that? That was torpedo or bridge officer ability. Okay. That might be good with on a torpedo build, especially if that damage scales with the way that your build is. That would be pretty cool. Just wanted to say thank you for the... Oh, hey, no problem at all, Steven. If you have any other questions, man, just sound off. Like I said, join the Discord. We have a build channel in there. There's a lot of other guys that are pretty knowledgeable as well, and we're more than happy to help you out. Or if you just want to hang out, we play, nightly pretty much. Mostly Star Trek, a couple other games as well, but everybody is welcome. So if you have any other questions, you can put them in the comments or join the Discord, and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Okay, and then there was another one that came with that, right? That was multiple traits. So this one we're getting, looks like 3 traits. Improved weaponized emitters. Okay, so this is a radiation area of effect, it looks like. Okay, the enemies hit with aceton beam or overwhelm emitters. Okay, when activating aceton beam or overwhelmed emitters, two targets within 3 kilometers of target, 476 radiation damage per second for 15 seconds. So that adds up to a lot over 15 seconds. And again, if that scale, and ignores shields, if that scales with your build, if your science character with something like that, that could be pretty effective as well. If you remove the Hot Pursuit console, you can't put it back on. Oh, really? That's a bug they got going right now? Well, we'll leave it alone. Thank you for letting me know that. I did want to do some just kind of testing, running around to see what the consoles do. I'll put basic builds on these ships and just kind of check them out. But the first thing I was going to do is remove all the consoles. So thank you for letting me know that is an issue. All right, so it's like torpedo trait basically, and science radiation trait, and then the tier 6 level that's a big ship, and that's interesting. Okay, when activating any captain or engineering ability, plus 10% maximum hit points for 15 seconds, plus 10 points to all damage resistance for 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Okay, that'd definitely be good with on a tank build. You put that with like History Will Remember and Honor Dead, maybe with the Disco Warp Core and Shield, you're probably never gonna die. So that's not a bad trait either. So all 3 of these traits, I don't have either one of these ones, and I think these were existing ones because I don't have the any of the Excelsior variants. So for me, this ship, this is great. These are extra traits adding to my pool of traits that I can get into to put together different things. So I like it. And compared to the other ships, and that's why I want to be careful, right? I'm not saying it's a bad deal on the other ships. What I'm saying is I already have them, right? So it's not as big of a deal for me. But if you don't have them, like these traits don't get me super excited, but I don't have them. So for me, that's great. And I like the overall design of the ship. It looks good. I'm happy with that. Most likely we'll kit bash it. I kit bash everything. I know I shouldn't, but all right. Let's check out this other ship real quick. I just want to see what you guys think. And then we'll jump down, check out Worf, and then we'll call that a night. Here's the one I'm looking for. I'm just kind of nerding out here a little bit with this, but... I think this thing is so cool. Federation ship, and it's got the guns on it. I think it's like from what is it, the Wrath of Khan. God, that shield visual is terrible. It never stops. These shield visuals. Yeah, isn't that a good looking ship? You guys like that? I think that's I think the skin that's on it's the veteran skin, so it's kind of got some extra blues, which kind of whatever. But anyways, kind of off subject. I just thought I'd see what you guys thought. I like it. That's with the hanger bay in the back. I didn't even notice that. All right, let's go ahead and head down to ground here. That USS Enterprise E. Really? I didn't think you could name your stuff like that. It's good. Yeah, you like that, Dark? I think it's really cool. It's just, it's that, this to me is like that classic original movie, you know, kind of look. And with some of the stock skins, it has more of like that classic looking material on it, and it looks so good. Lots of guns, right? All right, it makes me think of Wrath of Khan. It's flying by the Enterprise like in this kind of position and just starts shooting it. You know, they get in close. They don't know Khan's on the ship. I don't know. Anyways, geeking out. And let's dock. There we go. I want to know how people post screenshots where they're inside Earth space dock with their ship. I know there's some kind of glitch to get in there, but I don't know what it is. Monk costume. Hoping when I go to my Klingon characters that there'll be a little more leeway in how I can use some of this stuff, because as of right now, it looks like only in the monk category can you use this. So you can't put this hood on with something else, as far as I can tell. I know there's different little workarounds and tricks for doing stuff, like wearing, you know, summer wear or whatever on, not on Ryza, which you're not supposed to be able to do. I don't know any of those tricks, so anyways, let's take a look at Worf here. Who wanted to see one of my favorites? Yeah. Taggin, you wanted to see Worf, right? Ambassador Worf, there he is. I'm wondering if he gives us some sort of unlock for Tailor unlock. I don't know if this is just stuff we already have and it's just put together in a certain way, or if it gives us an unlock. I'll have to look at that. So the traits look, they're all ground traits. Make sure my camera's not in the way. Looks like the Skyrim. Graybeard. Oh, yeah. Try a shot. No space traits, no. They are all ground. They look pretty good, you know, for ground. The problem is, though, for us is that when we do space missions or TFOs in space, everybody gets to bring their bridge officers, right? Because you have bridge officer abilities that you're using, and so you get all of their stuff. But when you're doing ground missions, your bridge officers aren't with you, so these things aren't buffing you if they're not with you, which is kind of a bummer. So bridge officers that are ground centric tend to be better for, you know, running mission and you know, game storyline content, not in a full group. Other than the stuff, what is your favorite low-buy ground weapon? So there's probably two. One of them I actually don't have, but there is a mission drop that gives you almost an identical one. And that is... where is it? I just took it off my guy. This one right here. So the phaser full auto rifle. This for me right now is putting out, yeah, it's putting out the most consistent damage. But if you ask me like which one do I like the best, like it's got to be the bullion cannon, bullion cube. I know that's not right, but it's what I like to call it. It just looks freaking cool. And I used to run this pretty much full time, because the way I had my ground set up is that I could boost this to where it was doing like 1400 damage. I mean, it was like a mediocre ship weapon basically, and you just vaporize, but the rate of fire on it is not good enough to be able to keep up with the disco phaser rifle. So Tag's exactly right. Yeah, the disco phaser rifle from the Lobby store is good. You can get one that's very similar from a mission drop, but it comes at, I think it's very rare. No, it comes at rare, so you gotta upgrade it and stuff, but it's very, very, very similar to the one from the Lobby store. Yep, there he is. And that's a really good looking rifle too. I really like it with my current outfit that I got going. We're about to go down the rabbit hole of Space Barbie, aren't we? Let's see, where is that rifle? I like the Section 31 pistol. I think looks really good too. Pull that out. Change my outfit back. What was it? Is it this one? Wish I could label these. No, not that one. How do you switch outfits so fast like that? I saw someone doing that the other day. I'm like clicking into each one. There he is. Okay. Yeah, so I like this pistol, but again, it's more like I like the way it sounds when it shoots. I like the way it looks. But if you're talking about, buying practical, the disco rifle probably makes the most sense if I had to tell you one to recommend. You got the phase pistol. And I find most of these, I mean, you can make, it just depends on how you put your build together, but they're all pretty damn good. Do I have oh, I do have Lobby on me. Let's take a look at the Lobby store. That's weird. How come these are all grayed out? I have 500 Lobby here. But these are all grayed out. Yeah, I may need to do that log in, log out thing with some of this stuff. But anyways, ground gear. There's a lot of good stuff. Catch up on chat here. Start getting distracted with the outfits. Okay, I got the phase pistols. Those are good. Good to know. I have been liking phaser weapons, rate of fire. Yep. Yeah, I like the look. It fit. If you got a Federation character, it kind of just fits it. I mean, and that's not a deal breaker for me if it doesn't. I mean, I'll use. Depending on what I'm doing, like we're doing like runs, we're trying to parse things and stuff. Obviously, I'm just going to use whatever is like the best. But if I'm running missions and just having fun, like I'm using the shit that looks good, feels good, makes me happy, That's really the way to go about doing it. I can show you how after. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Your inventory is full. Yes, I know. It's overflowing. As I was changing into some of the other the new ships, it was moving the current stuff I had equipped to the ship before and all the old stuff into my inventory, so I'm gonna have to clear all that out there. Yes, full inventory. Let's see what else. It's grayed out. Because my gotcha. Okay, guys, I should have started at the bottom and read my way up. I can't fit anything else to buy, so got it. Okay, I got it. All right, well, I think that is going to do it for me. I hope that was informative and, looking at what comes out of that, or at least entertaining and seeing what comes out of that. Until recently when I started making a little more videos and things like that, I didn't spend much money on the game. I run a completely free account. I think Star Trek has probably one of the best free-to-play models. A lot of people argue about, they're just after money and stuff, and that's true. I mean, they're a company, they got to make money, and the way they do their sales and their ship drops and all that. But on the flip side, you can play this game and get pretty much everything you want without spending a dime, and I've been able to demonstrate that. But prior to buying things and spending money on larger ticket items, I like to see what was in them and and check them out and stuff. So if you were considering buying it, I hope that was informative. If you were just here to check it out and see what was in there, I hope you enjoyed yourself as well. I do really appreciate everybody hanging out and chatting with me and being a part of this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do so. That helps me out quite a bit. I'm trying to get to the magic 1,000 subscribers to have the partner status with YouTube. Join the Discord. It's a good community in there. If you have questions, or you just want stream alerts, or you just want to lurk and read the stuff that we write. Sometimes it's ridiculous stuff, like the TikTok video my wife sent me last night, which was absolutely hilarious. I put in the general chat. Or if it's you got questions on builds or whatever. Like I said, I also do stream on Twitch, generally on Friday nights, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time at the moment, and I do stream just randomly sometimes through the week. So in any case, I will continue to ramble there. So oh, and one last reminder, in the Discord there is a giveaway going for a tier 6 token, and there's nothing required of you. Just go in, enter the giveaway, and I'll be drawing that, or the bot will automatically draw that on Sunday, 3 days from now. So I started it at like 1 o'clock, I think, today. So it'll be 1 o'clock on Sunday. It'll do a shout out to you. I'll also message you, and then we can meet in game, and I will give you that box, or mail it to you if you prefer. So, and that is PC only, and it'll only be PC going forward, at least for the short term. I'm working on expanding into the console stuff. So, all right, guys, thank you again. I really appreciate it, and we'll go ahead and leave it there. And until next time, everybody say blah blah blah. I can't even talk. Everybody stay safe, and thanks again. Good night, Ronnie. Thank you. Teg, thank you very much for hanging. Sign Tack, thank you. Sea Dog, it's nice to see you again. Thank you for hanging out, man. Everybody else that I am not mentioning, or I cannot sound your name out on the fly, thank you very, very much. Have a good night, guys.